sound like a threat.
No, that's not a threat. Because you cry over my videos. Because you were crying over my videos.
I only saw one video. Somebody just showed it to me.
You were viewing it on Jupiter and crying, saying I threatened you and this and that.
Crying, bro.
And then on top of that, and the very same stream, the threat came up from your side. That Roy Toy Boy, he threatened me and said.
You put it online.
Anyways, listen, we're gonna listen. We're gonna discuss this. Yeah, we're gonna discuss this. Me and you on a one-on-one thing. Yeah.
No problem.
Before you go,
I think you got literally, at least if you don't mind, 2 people just want to ask you something, can it? Yeah, I'm sure. Jen,
who's that? Jen
and Jen, yeah.
Yeah, your favorite mushrika. Thank you.
Den and Jen.
So your favorite mushrika. How you been, AQ? Jai Shri Krishna.
I've had a discussion with somebody, a Muslim outside Digital Mosque, and he said a version of mushrikeen is, so if people are raping children and whatever, the grooming gangs and whatever, he says that they would be mushrikeens. Would you agree with that or not?
Those who are doing what?
Basically the rape gangs and whatever, which are raping children. He says that they are mushrikeens.
I'm just gonna close you down with this. Yeah, my type of people are the ones that advocate for the death penalty for these type of people. So we're advocating death penalty for these type of people, and you lot want to give them 5-star hotels. So that's on you lot, innit? So I don't even need to answer that one.
Not really.
Jen,
no, I mean, is that inspired by Islam? No. Yeah,
it's not inspired by Islam. I already explained this. Go on, Jen.
No, I was just wondering why in your video that you made about Trilla, you were complaining about Muslims sitting with him on a panel as a mushrik, but yet here you are.
Yeah, okay, I can explain that because I'm here defending my deen when he's attacking it. And I'm willing to discuss with him, and I even said on the video, if you carried on watching, I'm willing to sit with him and discuss this matter, not in a sense of being his friend, in a sense of discussing the matter of Islam and to not, give misleading information to others. That's all. I hope that answers your questions. Anyways, Assalamu alaikum to the Muslims, and, Lanatullah alayhi to you, mushrikeen.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna.
I don't think he understands what it means, to be honest. I don't
think
he knows what he's talking about.
He just cursed us, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think he actually understands what it means, to be honest.
Trilla, you see what this guy just did, bro?
Us. What did he
he said lanat ala mushrikeen, right? Look up what that means. Yeah. Basically means burn, like you guys will burn. May you guys, whatever, be punished. Yeah, that's great. Nice dude, Trilla. Nice dude.
I mean, I attract the best of them, Jen. What can I say?
Dude, this guy, I don't even understand why you would entertain this dude, right?
Why not? Why not, Jen?
Because what do you think you're gonna do? Do you think you're gonna change his mind? He hasn't changed his mind in 4 years.
But
I see people like that as examples. These are the people that are highlighting what the problems with Islam is. So let them speak by all means. They're showing the wider audience what Islam is. If these are the front runners, it doesn't look good, does it?
Right. So, generally speaking, I mean, I think that, you know what, when it comes down to AQ, I'd rather have a conversation with him than somebody who's just going to bullshit and dance around a topic. You know what I mean, right? So, yeah, if he's going to be upfront and clear, no problem. As long as we know where we stand. And I would prefer a conversation with someone like him than somebody who's just going to talk shit. You know what I mean?
They just run the same apologetics. They just run the same thing. They just go to they'll try to go to one source while neglecting other sources that actually matter. It's the same thing over and over again. They're just apologists. This guy thinks we're pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he'll dance around. He said, "Oh, well, what, are you mad about being called a mushrik or kafar, right?" No, but when you could use it pejoratively, right? You could use things as a slur, right? And that's how they slyly throw it in, very slick, very sneaky, throw it in, Mushrika. Exactly. Yeah, right. A little curse. No problem.
Curse. Not even a prayer, a curse. Mad thing, Man's like acting like it's the mummy, you get me? Mad thing, he's cursing us.
He just said
he thinks I'm Benny and that. Mad thing.
Yeah.
I got all the symbols, bro. I got all the symbols, bro. I'm like Benny. You get me? I did all the prayers. Mad thing. But yeah, honestly, it's a bit of a mad one because I don't understand like why he didn't recognize his video. I mean, you saw the video, Jen, right? Didn't you think it was a little bit threatening, disrespectful?
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Come on, it was a warning, and I've gotten a few over the last month. And
where did this even come from? Like, where does this guy? Did you have a conversation with this guy, and then he made the video, or it just came out of nowhere? Because I ain't seen dude in years.
Yeah, so he jumped on Ghost's channel, right, recently, and I was on the channel, and I think he just basically saw what I was doing, but when it come down to it, I think he understood that I was basically in the middle of. So I had Khan, Halima, Bird's Nest, all disrespect Sikhi, all in the same day. All three of them disrespect Sikhi in the same day. And
what do you expect?
Halima was just literally just taking basically just taking the piss out of like being British, kind of thing. And like this country is shit and everything else. I'm like, love, this country I'm sure is a lot better than wherever most countries in the world. You get me, right? So like, yeah, honestly, like I didn't like it. So like, anyway, that's where it started, didn't it? Yeah, and then obviously, generally, I saw what Jats. Jats seemed to be quite an intelligent, calm dude, and the other guy, Dogger. Yeah, Dogger.
They're going so hard at Sikhi right now on TikTok.
Exactly.
It's not
and then you got a piece of shit
every
like
single
Dogger.
day for hours. Yeah.
Then you got that
They're
little.
studying. Yeah, but what's funny is that it's funny because they're studying Sikhi more than they study their own thing.
I'm sure they are.
Because they're pulling out stuff like I bet they couldn't even say about Bukhari or Sahib. They're pulling out crazy third party sources, like letters, not even like that's shirti, not crazy like obscure sources and saying this is part of your religion, this is what you believe.
This is what Muslims have been doing for years, right? Muslims for years have been always, when it comes down to critiquing other faiths, right? They want to do that, right? And tell you what your faith is, right? But they don't want anybody else to critique theirs, Yeah,
exactly.
Insane. It's mad. They want blasphemy laws, because they've been critiquing other faiths, and now when people give it back to them, when people look into theirs and give it back to them, they're like, no, we want blasphemy laws, Where's Sadiq Khan?
Who's this Chutia in the chat? Abu Kalwa Al Sindi. Is that this guy?
I think that's AQ.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm
married too.
Had a problem with you, Trilla. So he started speaking out against certain things.
Sorry, I'm married too. Yeah, this guy's saying I'm married. Plus, I can't marry a mushrik. Well, sorry, bro. I'm married too. Joshua Krishna.
Oh, big up, Jen.
I've noticed you never had none of this negative attention from the Muslims until you started questioning certain things. I don't know.
Yeah, some non-Muslims do the same, but the learned ones, which these guys claim to be learned, right? They claim to be Gyanis and they're doing pachar for Sikhi, right? Are pulling out wild sources because they don't understand dharmic literature, right? See, learned Muslim debaters will only go to primary sources depending on which kind of Muslim they're debating. If they're debating Sunnis, obviously it would be Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. Most don't go outside of that. And then they would pick literature depending on which madhab they pertain to, right? If people are smart.
My whole point with the kafara thing, right, is literally just like it's dehumanizing people, right? When it comes down to certain people interpreting it a certain way, the whole mushrikeen thing, right? If you're going to basically, right, say that Jesus is not the Son of God, if you're going to critique other faiths on what they think, is right and you think is wrong, right? Then why the fuck can't other people say that about yours? And you want blasphemy laws? It's crazy. Like, what the fuck? Like, how does that work? So then, if you got blasphemy laws, that means that you are not allowed to critique other faiths and tell people what they should and shouldn't believe in. And that would shut down their whole, Jordan M., you'd be out of a job, mate. All right? You wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, they wouldn't be allowed to spread their confusion and make people question their beliefs anymore. They wouldn't be able to, spread disruption and make people feel uneasy inside and, kind of emotionally blackmail people into doing what they do. Yeah, maybe if the blasphemy laws go into effect, hopefully they'll go both ways, right? So they won't be able to say, Jesus wore diapers and disavow Krishna. Hopefully it will go both ways and everybody will be protected, which I don't believe is a good thing because you're limiting.
This is the thing. Like speech. if we look at so somebody was reviewing what would be critiqued in the blasphemy laws, right? Jordan M, right? Like literally, it was so freaking like obscure and open. You know what I mean, right? Like literally, it's no good. You know what I mean, right? When it come down to it, it wasn't concise at all. So like I think what's his name? What's his name again? For God's sakes, I forget his name. One of the guys was reviewing what would come under the blasphemy laws that they're trying to push, which will, in my opinion, will never get passed, yeah. And if it does get passed, yeah, bloody hell, that means literally we're not going to be able to talk about anything without being fucking arrested. It's just ridiculous, Like,
but that's the thing. Like, to somebody it could be critiquing, right? But to somebody else it could be blasphemy, right? Like if you say, "Oh, well, wasn't Jesus a man?" I guess technically under Christianity you just blasphemed, right?
Yeah.
But it could be somebody's critique. If you question the marriage of prophet, that's blaspheming to them, but it's a critique to us.
And the thing is, they're complaining about
how do you decipher
thing, right? Yeah, they're literally saying about Islamophobes, right? Okay, cool. You got minorities in every country. I understand that, right? But you're still 2 billion strong, right? Around the world. You know what I mean? You're like equal to, if not less or more. You know what I mean? Give or take. In Christianity, you know what I mean? You're literally the main 2 Abrahamic religions, the main 2 religions out there, right? And when it comes down to Muslims, Jordan M, are you telling Muslims, that's blaspheming, because if it would be if you were disagreeing with Christians, right? But you're not, right? It's only when it comes to Islam, right? You would basically say you're blaspheming, right? So it's totally.
Jordan should jump on and explain how he come from the Tommy movement. That was a load of shit, wasn't it?
Well, if he wants to, and it's up to him.
To me, Jordan's just come with that angle to find his way into the Muslim community.
No, I'm not okay with Islamophobia, which Muslims get attacked, but at the same time, right, I'm not okay with literally taking away our freedom of speech in this country, okay, right? I believe in literally trying to, have something a little bit more monitored, a little bit more concise, right? Hate speech, right, and everything else, right? Things that are going to promote violence and everything else should definitely be arrested. I also believe that, people burning the Quran should be arrested, okay? Right? I don't believe that should be happening because it comes under the, disturbing the peace, and I believe you are, right? Like, these kind of things definitely should be prosecuted, right? So, when it comes down to it, I'm not going to promote those things.
I'd say don't burn it. Read it and understand it. Do you know what I mean? See, I turned up at the mosque and confronted him with these things, and he said to me that the ones that are committing rapes on children and whatever are mushrikeens. They're not real Muslims. It's that and the other. Now, when I've compared it back to his prophet, I said, well, if the man that the Muslims emulate, the code of conduct to follow and emulate, if his wife was a child, then you kind of got to be able to see that there is a problem. Unless you can address that, how do we get to the bottom of it?
And you're going to get, Muslims that basically call themselves Muslims, right? That are acting, doing all these tyrannical acts, right? Literally going out there fighting and everything else, like they would recognize themselves as being Muslims, the true Muslims, and then other Muslims would be like, no, they're not part of us. No, they're not Muslims. I'm like,
but you can't call someone a mushrik because they do crimes. It's their belief, right? That's a belief thing. Like, I guess they have a thing, like you can call them a kafar depending on which thing you believe in. Like if you believe sins take you out of the fold, or if you don't, I don't remember exactly which one does what. But there's some who believe like sins can take you out of the fold, so you could call criminals or some people who do things kafar, but I don't think you could call them mushrikeen and just for doing a crime, right? That doesn't make sense. I guess theologically it would be like what they believe in.
See, the thing is, it's like, go on.
Maybe they call them Manafik, or you
yeah, that's what I mean. There's mushrikeen, mushrik, Manafik. Manafik is the one I think that goes to hell, right? Yeah.
We all mushrikeens and Manafik, I believe.
Yeah, but the worst hell, apparently.
We're the worst of creatures, I think they say. Worst of creatures.
I brought 9 pages of literature to show this guy or whatever outside the mosque, and he couldn't really argue it. He was just getting a bit funny about it. It's all on video as well.
We'll take my car or your car. Sorry.
Whatever. To me, we have to be able to understand what's the driving factors behind these things. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, just took a quick whiz, man. Fucking hell. Gone all quiet. But yeah, it's
I thought it was my sound, to be honest. It went off from there.
No. I think Jen just got busy. She's just doing something. And I was listening to you, but I thought you kind of like, just went for a quick freaking loo break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it come down to it, I appreciate what AQ is saying. I call for no violence, just straight speak the truth without any violence. 100%. That's all this stream should be about. You know what I mean? In general, like we're sharing opinions, right? We're learning about different cultures, different beliefs, and so on and so forth, right? And we're just out here trying to promote, you know what I mean? Like, some, or at least just talk about, you know what I mean, the differences in that regard. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, which is why AQ, you're more than welcome. You know what I mean? I'm happy to talk to you. And even if I totally disagree with you, it's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm be like, you know what? That's fine, dude. You know what I mean? Like, but I just disagree with this, and I'll tell you why. I've already literally made it clear on so many different other streams, you get me, where I've said that, I disagree with this, that, and X, Y, and Z for X, Y, and Z reason, bro. So, yeah. When it comes to this, I just think that the whole mushrikeen, mushrik, you know what I mean, munafik kind of thing, it doesn't work for me, bro. You know what I mean? In general.
I think you've been.
It shouldn't work for us because we don't have these concepts in Dharma, right? We don't have these concepts. You're either dharmic or adharmic. That's it.
I think you've been nothing.
We don't have this person's best over this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had a few threats. You know what I mean? They're going to go to my community. They're going to get me, you know what I mean, like sorted out by my own community. so on and so forth, are going to meet the real Sikhs, and so on and so forth. You know, that isn't very kind. You know what I mean? I'm like, all I said was, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? I said, and I was like, damn, I'm not trying to cause any hatred or division. All I've done was literally review the stream today. Like AQ's like, today, is this what you're all about now? I'm like, literally, I've never watched a podcast, right, of this Muslim woman before in my life, right? And we haven't finished it. We're 10 minutes away from finishing it. Exactly 10 minutes, yeah? Right? And literally 9 minutes and 49 seconds or whatever. Yeah, 44 seconds. But like, literally, like when it comes down to it, I think that she's worth listening to, AQ, don't you? She's a Pakistani woman, right? She's a go on.
Even if you say, "Oh, this is what you're all about," right now, yeah, it is. So what? It is. Yeah, I got a problem with it. So what? Yeah, I got problems with certain things. So what?
Yeah, anybody.
You don't want it? Listen to it. Keep moving. Don't come on the stream. Don't sit here and argue. Don't do this.
100%. 100%.
That's it. Yeah. So what? I'll review what you want to review. You want to listen to Naraya? Listen.
It's like, yeah, it literally is like Dogger and Jatsia. As soon as somebody sent me a link here of their stream, look at what these lot are doing. I thought to myself, I listened to it once. I thought to myself, never again. I'm not listening to this bullshit. Know what I mean, right? I know these lot are full of shit. I know they got an agenda. But like, fuck them. I ain't gonna listen to them again. Let them do their thing, 100%. Yeah. That pissed me off, yeah. You know what I mean?
For me, it's one of them. Who will these people, who will the Muslims hear the discussion from? Because you've done it very respectfully. You've had people like Candid with Ludno from that community, with that heritage. You've had the person that you're playing. You know, there's more speaking out, but all of them are somehow wonky and shouldn't be listening to, and all bad people. It don't sit right with me, does it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Naraya, she's an ex-Muslim. She's got a story to tell. If you want to review her video, so what?
Yeah.
That's her experience.
Yeah.
There's tons of them. There's tons of experiences.
I made it very clear in the beginning of my stream, right, that I'm reviewing somebody, you know what I mean, right, who I fancy, you know what I mean, right? And you know what I mean? I just want to see what she's saying.
Yeah, so what? That's her opinion. We don't have, it's not our thing to protect or to defend or to, you know, it's not, if people's feelings are hurt, they can move to the next stream, yeah?
The thing is,
they don't have problems hurting our feelings. They don't have problems saying the madness. They can talk shit about anything dharmic. They can say this about Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They can say this about Guru Gobind Singh Ji.
They can rewrite our history.
Yeah, remember the madness they used to say. Yeah. Right, about Lord Buddha. Yeah. Lord Buddha, I think I still have screenshots with some of the filthy shit that these guys said about Lord Buddha. Yeah. Yeah. Like, how could you say...
The thing is, we have no problem to have that honest conversation. We have to be able to do that. Or people will draw their own conclusions and think that all Muslims are the same as the front runners, which are all extremists by the looks of it. Do you know what I mean? So for the good Muslims, they need to have that honest, open conversation with people which are not extremists. Otherwise, they're going to draw their own conclusions and think all Muslims. And that's not a good move, is it?
No. Yeah, but then again, you know, they're not exactly distinguishing between Sikhs and Khalistanis or Hindus and Hindutva. You know, they don't do us the same courtesy.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
We've got nearly 200 types of people here, yet we've only had one group that has brought terrorism and a race epidemic. We have to be able to address that. I'm sorry, but we do.
Yeah, it's a mad one. Like, when it comes down to it, look, yeah, people might dress it up. People might say, you know, things that are PC, politically correct, and all that shit. Yeah, but is that what they really think and feel? Yeah, you know what I mean. You got to go by the actions. You got to go by the rhetoric, innit? Yeah, and people have already all made up their minds about me after a month. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, I've literally just jumped on the other boat, yeah? Right? Like, you know what I mean? Because literally, I've just jumped on the other boat, and you lot are literally making me out like to be the worst person out here. It's mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they wasn't doing that when you was around that situation and, you know, not speaking out on certain things. To me, that speaks volumes. You know what I mean? They had no issue with you at all when you was like not speaking out or even daring to just question certain aspects of it or whatever.
No. It was never a problem when I'm drinking, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about any other fucking subject, but now it's a problem. Yeah. Now drinking is no excuse when I'm talking about anything else to do with them.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah.
There's no excuse now.
No.
So funny.
This
So
is
I was
it.
like, okay.
Selective outrage at its best, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. 100%. I'm like, yo, literally, like, I'm your best friend when I'm singing your tune. I'm your worst enemy when I'm not. It's mad.
Yeah. Bang on.
It's mad. Okay.
To me, those people that are
I learned
criticising
that
you,
firsthand.
they seem to be the people which don't want to have the open, honest discussion and want laws to protect people having that discussion.
You see, I didn't understand what Jen was on in the beginning because for me, again, this is like Jen was here probably the same amount of time, you know what I mean, before I jumped on, you know what I mean, for her to learn her way, you get me? So me, it took me like that amount of time for me to learn, you know what? Fuck it, like this shit ain't never gonna change, you get me? Like, man, I gotta change my stance, you get me? I gotta go fucking... Yeah, I gotta go freaking, you know what I mean? Like, what do they call it when you put your left foot forward and your right foot back? Boxing stance. You know what I mean?
Hokey pokey?
No, it's not hokey. They call it, forget now. Yeah, you got me. You gotta change your stance, man. You got me? Yeah, see what you do.
And that's it. It's
Southpaw, that's it. You gotta go southpaw, that's it.
Yeah. And I guess the thing was just the realization is that, you know, you'll always be a mushrik. That's it. You know, and that's fine. That's fine. I can be, you know, like I said, I'm proud, right? Proud mushriki. Proud mushrika. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna. Waheguru Ki Ka Khalsa. Right? All that. Love it. So
I'll try and dig the video out where I've had this discussion outside this mosque or whatever, and you can see for yourself or whatever. Bear in mind, they did turn up with literature. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Right, I'm going to jump off, Trilla, because I've got to do something. But if you're live when I'm sorted or whatever,
I'll probably cut you off now. Still, Jen, what are you doing now? I'm gonna probably fly.
yeah, I'm gonna bounce. I'm going to.
Now, if you go back to what the Muslim extremist dude was going on about or whatever, based off what I'd asked or whatever, you know, his reaction was he would, you know, be advocating for the death penalty for these people. Now, he referred that straight back to the thing of the problem with the hotels and all that, by his remarks of, oh, well, you know, your way of doing whatever is putting them in 5-star hotels. Now, is that a Muslim saying that all these people coming here are what I described or whatever, and the solution, what we've been doing is put them in a 5-star hotel? Now, I didn't say that, he said that. So, I don't know, are we far from the truth, realistically? For the people that are protesting outside the hotels and whatever, bear in mind the amount of attacks that have come off the back of putting these people here, there and everywhere. I don't know. Draw your own conclusions, I guess. Right, look after each other, stay safe. I'm going to put a link to Trilla's channel. Sub up, support. Do you know what I mean? Massive respect to Trilla all day long.